This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? This is Hyundai Ioniq 9. It's Hyundai's flagship. It is over 5 meters long. It has 110 kilowatt hour battery. And the interior here is actually quite nice. So for once I'm going to do a proper interior review. We're going to put child seat in here, see how much space we have. But first let's start with the frunk. The frunk here is not that big. I mean, for such a big car, we don't have that big frunk. But yeah, this is also interesting. It's a mobile Shuku charging whatever. And then it has a Type 2 there. So, well, interesting. And then use a Type 2 cable. So it's quite small and compact. And then there's a Type 2 cable and the tire mobility kit. So that's it in the front. And many Chinese and Korean cars nowadays, they have vehicle to load, but there was no vehicle to load adapter. But I have this, the Metron vehicle to load adapter. So it's for Hyundai and Kia. And it has a Type 2 end here, and then the Shuko end there. And this is IP54. So yeah, made in Slovenia. So I'm gonna test it now. Just open the charge port. And then you plug it in here. And let me see, there's a button I have to press. Wait, it blinks now. Wait, I think it's active. It has a button beneath here. I'm not sure what it is used for. Unlock charge port. But it's blinking there. And it's blue there. And you see here, we can fire up the heater. It's 1.5 kilowatt. Let's check inside the car what it looks like. We're transferring vehicle to load. For it's estimating how many hours we have left. You're pulling 1.3 kilowatts. Okay, not 1.5. Okay, it goes a little bit up and down. 1.4. Yeah, close enough to the spec. And you can set it to it says 20% on the minimum there. And for some reason, many car manufacturers, they don't include the vehicle to load adapter. But you can buy from Metron. It's not that expensive. And if you use my discount link, you get 10% discount on not only adapter, but some other goodies also from Metron. So highly recommended. In the back here, we have a little bit unusual button for opening the trunk. It's here. Normally it'd be under here somewhere. So maybe there's less schmutz there, or maybe it doesn't matter. But we actually have okay space here. Despite that all the 3 seat rows are up, I measured in the banana box that says this has the best space ever in the trunk here. So you have some, well, we can take it out. We have a little lid under here, but it's not that much space. We have a 12-volt outlet there, lights there, lights here, another Shuko outlet there, vehicle to load. These hooks for securing cargo is a joke. It's just plastic. I heard some other, I don't remember, it was Kona or some of the other Korean cars. They're the same, and when you try to strap something, they break. Yeah. But here, see here. Okay, well, I can show you again over here. Not much you can put here. There's a bit of safety equipment, and also the parcel shelf is tucked in here. But here, you see what you can do is you can press these 2 buttons, and then you fold the 3rd row. Very convenient, and you can also take them up. Let me see, okay, it's kind of slow, but at least it's electric. For a car that, well, I mean, it's kind of expensive still, but it doesn't cost as much as an EQS, you know. You have these nice convenient features. Look at that. Okay, well, now when you take it up, the headrest won't go up. Yeah. Okay, but I can show you something else cool. Is that when you take it down, like here, wait for it to go down, I'm going to show you. You also have extra button here for folding the 2nd row. Very convenient. When you press these 2, whoop, quite harsh. There is no electric adjustable up again, but you know, it folds flat, really nice and flat, just like Kansas. And now I'm going to measure the space. So here we have 56 centimeter length. Width is 136 centimeters. Height here is, well, here, yeah, 72 centimeter. And this car has no air suspension. So loading height here is 80 centimeters. And then when you fold it, I now put the left seat on the most back position, but then the right seat is the most forward position. So even with just full third row, you still get massive space, because here the length is 123 centimeter, whereas the length here is 160 centimeters. And then we do the full maximum space. Then here we have, whoa, 227 centimeters behind the driver. And then here, 250 centimeters diagonally. I'm gonna carry something from IKEA. There. 270 centimeters. You don't need a trailer. You can just put everything in here. Since this is a 6-seater, then it's maybe not too relevant to measure the seat width, but we're gonna measure it anyway for the 7-seater. It's approximately 137 centimeters, so it's nice and wide. But we have, I call it the captain's chairs here. We want to measure this at least. The seat height, that's relevant for comfort. Around 35 centimeters. Very good. Yeah, you can see here, my feet are not dangling. And then we have one armrest on this side, but not on this side, but that, it's the door, right? But then you can go more forward, actually quite a lot forward, to the point where my knees are just rubbing into the front seat. But if I go kind of like in the middle here, then I can show you here, you can recline quite far. Wow, this is comfy. And now I adjust to the second row to be in an okay position where I have decent leg room here. But you see, you actually have decent leg room for the third row also. So I'm gonna try to get inside the back here. Oh, I like the Isofix hooks here. Really easy to see them. However, how it practically works though is that the Isofix normally takes up some space. So like you've seen before, well, I mean, it works, but if you're really gonna fit 2 in the back plus 2 in the front here, that could be a bit challenging. But okay, whatever. Now I'm just gonna try in the back here. Get in fairly easy. It's nice and tall. Get behind this seat. Wow, we actually have okay space here, unlike the Tesla Model YL. And then here's we have 100 watt USB-C also on the other side, and then you can actually recline the seat quite far. Oh, nice. Okay, you can see compared to that other seat there. So you get a nice, comfy reclining seat, but you can also go upright for more cargo space. Well, how much can you go? There, that's almost church bench. But it's gonna go back to there, which is still okay. We have nice big window, so it doesn't feel too cramped in here. And then headroom in the back is remarkably good, around a fist of clearance. In the second row, we actually have 2 cup holder, 1 American cup and 1 Asian cup. And then door closing sound. Well, okay, it has no soft close, some ambient light, and even integrated sun visor here. Wow, look at that, it's perfect for families. And then air vents here. Just a massive legroom here right now. Okay, we have pocket there. And then, what am I supposed to be able to? Oh, I can open like this, yeah. So I can actually open this from the back. And this is quite deep, you see. We have good space here, but you can go even lower and you just go real deep here. And also space. What the heck, man? My fist can't reach all the way in there. That's how deep it is. Whoa. But unfortunately, there's all this space here. Could have been a fridge, but there was no fridge. And you can actually enter from behind. Here, see? Huh? And then we have HVAC settings. We have heater, seat ventilation. And then you can change temp here and so on. If you want to go manual, change some of this stuff. So, wow, that is great. And then here, let me show you again. There's even more space here. We have the Bose speakers, but it's kind of okay. I mean, still nice, right? Until we try some of the Chinese cars. And the great sunroof here. You can open the sunroof completely. I'll show you here. You can actually go like this if you want. Look at that. Nowadays, I tend to see cars where you can only open the cover, but not the whole roof. But here, you can also go in some vent mode. Okay, now it goes into the, okay, I pressed a bit too hard. Then you can also take this cover. Nice fabric. It's not just some mesh grill. It is actually some, like, I don't know what you call it, continuous fabric. And you can also go in vent mode. The glass there, okay, now it's closed. And headroom here is just plenty, at least there where I will be sitting, but I can always recline a bit and get more headroom. If I go like, sorry, if you go like this, then it's almost unlimited legroom, sorry, headroom, and I'm still 173 centimeters. And this is a bit unusual, but the USB-C for the back seat is here, 100 watt also. Yeah, these are only 100 watts, at least except for one in the front, but here also. And then we have the adjustment here, which is very nice for the driver to be able to adjust it here. But I mean, I could also accept adjustment in the screen if that's possible. And this is quite important test for family cars that I think nobody else does, is that I put a car seat in the back here. This is Cybex Sirona T. I mentioned it because then you know roughly what kind of size. It's not the smallest, but it's not the biggest car seat. And then I'll sit in front and get the impression of how much space we have. So first I will adjust it all the way until I hit the, wait, I'm already all the way back. What? Okay, I can start reclining it. There, hit the seat. Whoa, I have so much space here. So if I now go slightly more forward, so my knees are slightly bent, then I can recline. Okay, there. Wow, this is great comfort. But I can show you now there's another party trick. You can do this, and there's even a leg supporter here. Wow, there. It's almost like Neo. Yeah, but Neo has that other footrest also, but wow. I can get used to this. And in the front, we have electric adjustable seats in many different positions. But we also have electric adjustable steering wheel in and out, huh? And let me check here, sun visor, pivots, and it also extends like all the other Korean cars. Nice. And then here we have sending data to Korea. You have instrument cluster there, the way you guys know it from other Korean cars. We have screen here, but they went full buttons in addition. Oh shit, what the heck, man? Lots of buttons here. Also buttons for HVAC. You can actually turn it off, really, and then put it on auto. 3 different levels of auto. And dials, huh? Volume control and stuff here. Wow, okay. And here's steering wheel. We have physical buttons here, not that haptic shit what we see in many cars. And also the scroll wheel here has good resistance and good feedback. I feel like there's nice quality over these. And then the buttons here just look more or less like other Korean cars. And we have pedal shifters here to change regen. The head-up display here is quite tiny though. You can see there's some information there, but not that big with AR that you see in many other cars. And then we have this, well, you guys seen before, like the gear shifter. And also the start-stop button. But why do we have a start-stop button in an EV? Ich weiß nicht. There's some buttons over there. There's the OBD port. I connected with car scanner. We have memory here. Only 2 memory. And then this is actually massage. You see, we have pelvic massage. Oh, it rubs my butt. It's so wonderful. And then we also have conventional buttons here to adjust mirrors and so on. And the seats looks and feels nice. We also have ventilation here and heating. And then some side support. Headroom here is plenty. What if I close the Yeah, but I mean, even with the thing closed, we have over a fist of headroom. And in the center console, we also have even more buttons. If we push this, we go between drive and terrain. Huh? Really? Like, dude, we can go mud, snow, sand. Huh? Okay, and then the normal stuff here, Eco, Sport, My Drive. But okay, and then we also have the hill descent control here. And some auto parking here. But let me see. 2 cup holders there. And we have wireless charging pad, only one. And then here we have 12-volt outlet in the front. Nice. Many cars nowadays, they don't have that. Okay, there. And 2 USB-C with 100 watt max. I've tested this, and also in the back, they do deliver 100 watt or 98 or something. Yeah, close enough. But then the last one here is 9 volt only and 25 watts. So you cannot charge a laptop there, but at least you can charge a laptop on any of the other ones. And then, I don't know what this is. Oh. Okay, but we also have a little shelf here for putting your stuff. And then here also, you can click this and it opens up to become another, huh? It's quite deep. Let me show you how deep that shelf is. Hey, you can take a phone in there. Wow, plenty of space, but it also has this open, if I close this, open space here. This car is almost perfect, right? We have to check one more thing. Okay, good, approved. So there you guys have it, the Ioniq 9. I'm just super impressed of how well it performs. This noise level here is just top notch, better than anything else I tested, except for, well, Mercedes EQS Maybach, yeah. But also how efficient it is for its size. And when it comes to space, it just blew everything out of the competition. It's just, it is the most spacious car I've tested in this class. Tesla could just go home. The Chinese cars, they can also just go home. The Korean wins big time. So if you need a family car, you can get the Neo ET5. That's not the Touareg. I switched to an ET5 now. I mean, it's still okay as a family car, you know, the ET5, when we have 2 kids. But when you have way too big family because you didn't pull out in time, then you can get the Ioniq 9. That's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.